Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final home football game of the 1991 season. At this time, we would like to recognize the seniors on our cross-country team, our marching band, our cheerleaders, and finally, our proud football team. It is always a pleasure to recognize these athletes who have given their school and their community hundreds of hours of their personal time. Some have been part of great for their efforts. Likewise, all of these young people have had outstanding support from their respective parents. And we realize that without that cooperation, our athletic teams could not exist. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to announce to you our proud seniors and their respective parents. Would the parents please join, as I call out their name, with their son or daughter, march out to the hash mark and turn around and face the home stand. Representing the cross-country team, Kathy Digert, daughter of David and Josephine Digert. Monica McElhaney, daughter of Ed and Pat McElhaney. Dan Parks, son of Brian and Mary Jane Parks. And one other cross-country team I don't believe is here, Dan Clark, which is the son of Robert and Mildred Clark. Okay, representing the marching band, Jenny Furo, daughter of Frank and Trudy Furo. Lisa Knable, escorted by Donna Green. And Corrine Lampman, daughter of John and Claudia Lampman. Representing our cheerleaders, Susan Hoffman, daughter of Eugene Hoffman and Linda Miller. Michelle Nobles, daughter of Ms. Carla Nobles. Jennifer Raz, daughter of Miss Pamela Molesky. Andrea King, daughter of Ms. Dorothy Schaffner. And the Lion mascot this year, Lori Salisbury, daughter of Ed and Chris Salisbury. And now representing our football team, our senior manager this year, Cliff Seibel, son of Betty Ivanchek and Clifford Seibel Sr. And beginning with our players, Pete Brown, son of Jim and Mary Brown. Bill Matson, son of Diane and Richard Harry. Jason Westerman, son of John Westerman. Dana Shuffleman, son of Bill and Sue Shuffleman. And finally, Ken Wheeler, son of Gary Wheeler. Don Whiteman. And his proud parents that are with him. Mandy Peffer, representing our managers, along with her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Peffer. David Caladine, another one of our football players, and his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Caladine. Let's have a nice round of applause for all of these wonderful senior parents that we have on all of these teams that have given so much to us. We appreciate all the sons and daughters as well as their respective parents that have done such an excellent job. At this time, our LHS marching band will play our alma mater, if you'd please rise. As our band members will join in with the LHS marching band, once they are in there, we will be joined in our national anthem. Thank you. Once again, let's have a nice round of applause for all of our parents as well as all of the players. A reminder that all team members from all the teams, along with their respective parents, are invited for cake and coke immediately following the contest in the high school cafeteria. Starting lineups. So if the co-captains would meet at midfield, along with number 73, Bill Matson, and number 72, Steve Hawthorne. Representing the Blue Devils, number 39, Rick Trippus, along with Kevin Manross, number 52.
I'll be right there.
Okay, the officials will indicate that the Lions have won the toss, will receive and defend the south goal. The Cambridge Springs Blue Devils will be kicking off and defending the north goal. And now the starting lineup for the FCVC champs of 1991. At center, a senior, number 52, Kevin Manross. At left guard, a senior, number 62, Chad Gardner. And now introducing the orange and black. At center, a senior, number 73, Bill Matson. At left guard, a sophomore, number 55, Ken York. At right guard, a junior, number 56, Mac Dickey. At left tackle, a senior, number 74, Dave Calladine. At right tackle, a junior, number 72, Steve Hawthorne. Tight end for the Lions, a senior, number 88, Don Whiteman. At the split end, a senior, number 25, Dana Shuppelman. Quarterbacking the orange and black, a sophomore, number 12, Lenny McCullough. At the slot back, a senior number 22, Ken Wheeler. At the tailback, a sophomore number 24, Mike Drexler. And the Lion fullback, a junior number 32, Brian Gillette. And the Lions come into tonight's contest with 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. Champs, FCVC, and we'll be looking for the playoffs two weeks from this weekend. And the Lions looking for a win that will put them in the playoffs 2 weeks from tonight. Deep to Drexler. Drexler, who's got blockers in front of him. And Mike Drexler finally tripped up at the 10-yard line by Dave Confer. So the Lions will start from the 12-yard line as Mike Drexler has the big run all the way to the 12-yard line. And penalty flags will start the contest. Illegal motion lined up off sides for the Lions will cost them 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 at about the 17-yard line. The Lions can get a first down on about the 3. McCullough throws to the outside to Drexler. Drexler inside the 10-yard line. Shane Hall finally runs him out of bounds as the officials will spot it on about the 8-yard line. So bring up 2nd down and about 6. Lions have to go to about the 2-yard line for a first down. And the give goes to Gillette, who dives close to a first down. Inside the 5, inside the 3. Kevin Manross in on that stop. And timeout will be charged for a measurement. 6 are down. And first down for the Lions. The first down here of the ball game. And McCullough takes them to the line. And a give on the cross, Buck. And Brian Gillette, the senior fullback. Goes off the right side and draws first blood. 1 minute and 25 seconds into the ball game. J.J. Potts on that keeper, attempting a 2-point conversion, is tackled at the 5-yard line. So with 10:35 remaining here in the first quarter, the Lions 6 and the Blue Devils nothing. Bob Harvey back for the Cambridge Springs in deep set. And Shuffleman's kick comes to Shane Hall. And Hall is dropped at the 30-yard line. Gillette and Whiteman in for the orange and black, making the stop. So the officials will start it at the 31-yard line. The Blue Devils, first time on offense. Shane Hall, the ball carrier. Pickup of a couple yards on the play. Check out, Rick Trippus was the ball carrier. Trippus in behind Gage, but the give goes on the play to Bob Harvey. And Bob Harvey goes across the 35, dives to the 37-yard line. Bring up a third down and about 4. And Trippus dives. Remember where his knee is spotted? At the 40-yard line, I believe, where they have it down. I apologize. I had earlier mentioned Gage as the quarterback. Teed is the quarterback, has been the quarterback for the Blue Devils. Had gone down one too far on the program, so my apology. Teed obviously is the quarterback, and now we're in a punting situation for the Blue Devils. Comes deep. And Mike Drexler downs that ball at the 24-yard line. Brian Gillette, the ball carrier, pickup of a yard on the play, up to about the 30-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 9. And McCullough looks, and McCullough throws, and in and out of the hands of number 54. Yancey was the one that nearly intercepted that ball. Yance was the one that nearly intercepted that ball. In and out of the hands, stops the clock, brings up a 3rd down and 9. And Drexler throws the ball and picked off on the play. Pena is the one that picked that ball off and brings the ball back across midfield to the 44-yard line. So the Lions turn the ball over for the first time. Steve Teed, senior quarterback, gives off to Trippus, and Trippus fights off the left side for maybe a yard or two. Rick Trippus, the big fullback for the Blue Devils. J.J. Potts in on that stop after a pickup of 1. 2nd down and 9. The ball at the Lion, 43-yard line. And a give. Harvey tackled for a loss of 3 on the play. Steve Hawthorne making the big defensive play for the Lions. So a loss of 3 takes it back to the 46-yard line, where we'll have a 3rd down and 13. Steve throws to the outside and complete. Shane Hall for the big reception and the first down for the Blue Devils. And the give goes Harvey out of the backfield. Pickup of a couple yards on the play. Goes in from the 10-yard line for the touchdown. Quick pass from T to Kenya, and quickly the Blue Devils tie up the ball game with 5:31 remaining here in the first quarter. And the kick is drilled up and over by Shane Hall. So with 5:31 remaining in quarter number one, the Blue Devils 7 and the Lions 6. And Wheeler deep for the Lions. So Trippett kicks a line drive and is down at the 40-yard line as he drops to the ground. Pete Brown is the one that takes that line drive and drops down at the 40-yard line. So the Lions start 1st and 10 from the 40. Shuffleman split wide on the left side. And Brian Gillette trying to get outside, and Gillette gets close to the 45-yard line. Josh Lakovic in on the stop for Walt Nottingham's Blue Devils. Gain of 5 yards on the play, brings up 2nd and 5. And the pass to Jason Dietz, who gives ground and consequently has a loss of a little bit on it. Chad Gardner making that stop for the Blue Devils, brings up 3rd down and 5. And so the Lions are faced with a 4th down after being snuffed on 3rd and 5. Loss of a couple yards brings up 4th down and 7. Dana Shuffleman will do the punting for the Lions. Bob Harvey is deep and kicked away from Harvey. Good coverage by the Lions. Mike Drexler will touch it down at the 17-yard line. So the Blue Devils will start from their own 17-yard line. Teed pitches to Harvey on the left side. Harvey tries to break a tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Steve Hawthorne was in to trip him up, and they mark it about a yard gain. Call it 2nd down and 9. Ball setting to Harvey again. Harvey drugged down from behind. Pete Brown is the one that drug him down from behind. Kenya split wide on the left side. And Teed on a keeper. Finally driven out of bounds close to the marker. We'll have to see by Kenny Wheeler. We'll see where they mark the ball. And they mark it 4th down and about a foot. Kenya will do the punting again. Kenya's kick backs Drexler up, and Mike Drexler once again touches the knees down, which the ball automatically is dead at the 36-yard line. Shuffle and split wide on the left, Drexler in the slot. And Brian Gillette off left tackle. No gain on the play. Dave, senior center for the orange and black. Lenny McCullough doing the quarterbacking, sophomore. McCullough looks to throw. McCullough to Drexler. And in and out of the arms of Drexler up around the 40-yard line. Lions are faced with a 3rd and 10. Drexler wide on the left side. And the ball is headed for Drexler over the arms of Mike Drexler as it was slightly overthrown. From about the 25. Jardina was in on that, which was along with John Yant. And now the Blue Devils have a 1st down. At about the 8-yard line, about the 8-yard line. Heat on a quarterback keeper, carries inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Don Whiteman in on that stop. And Harvey, the second back through. And they'll spot the ball at about the 2 or 3 yard line as the quarter comes to a close. And as both teams head upfield, will be a 3rd down for the Blue Devils. 3rd down and goal. And Trippus is trying to get ahead. We had a new quarterback in here that was taking the snap. Trippus eventually got the ball into the center of the line, and they set it down. Ball still sitting on about the 3-yard line. So a 4th down and goal at about the 3. And the pitch goes to Harvey, and Harvey dives over the top of the pile for the touchdown. Shane Hall drives it, and Shane Hall drives it through. So with 11:20 remaining here in the first half, the Blue Devils go up by a 14-6 count. Ryan Wheeler deep, and a line drive. Mike Drexler picks it up, and Drexler up through the middle across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Sean Harvey in on that stop.
Yeah, box
Hey, I'll buy one too, okay?
Gillette's the ball carrier, tripped up, but dives on ahead to close to the 35-yard line. Kevin Manross, also Rick Trippus in there on the stop. Gain of 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6 from the 35-yard line. McCullough. And McCullough snaps the ball intended for Don Whiteman up around midfield, but through the hands of Whiteman, so it'll bring up a 3rd down situation. 3rd down and 6. We have a penalty back at the 30-yard line. Personal foul, roughing the passer, will bring the Lions their 2nd first down here of the ball game. So 15 yards being marked off across and set down right at midfield. And a 1st down for the Lions. Kenny Wheeler was the ball. McCullough snaps complete to Mike Drexler. Enough for a 1st down, I believe. So the Lions in with their 3rd first down. Completed pass from sophomore Lenny McCullough to sophomore Mike Drexler. And split wide. On a counter play, Wheeler trying to get running room. Wheeler finally does pick up about 5 yards on the play before Rodney Dyes is the one that makes the stop at about the 35-yard line. They mark it, a gain of 4, brings up 2nd down and 6. And movement from all directions. So illegal procedure will be pointed in the direction of the orange and black and cost them 5 yards. And McCullough looks. McCullough throws out of bounds in the direction of Don Whiteman at the 30-yard line, but thrown out. Gillette, single setback behind McCullough. McCullough looks and throws to the outside, and pass was off the fingertips of Mike Drexler over around the 30-yard line, so it'll bring up 4th down. Again, this time from midfield. And Shuffleman, high kick. Kenya brings that ball out to about the 10-yard line. Brian Gillette making that stop on Kenya. So the Blue Devils will start from their own 10-yard line. Steve T, senior quarterback, gives on the play to Trippett, and Trippett dives out near the 20-yard line. We'll see where the officials spot the ball, and we have a injury timeout on the field for the Blue Devils. John Yance going off under his own power. We'd like to take this opportunity and the pitch goes to Harvey. Brian Gillette in there. So they'll bring up a third down and about a foot. Yes, Trippett, the big fullback for the Blue Devils, and Coach Walt Nottingham picks up the second first down for the Blue Devils. So the ball at about the 22.5-yard line, and the Blue Devils decide to call a timeout on the field. So with 6:16 remaining here in the first half, the Blue Devils 14 and the Lions 6. And T to throw the ball. And Kenya so Kenya hauls in that T pass all the way at the Lions' 35-yard line and finally driven out of bounds by Ken Wheeler. Blue Devils, they go to work on a cross play and cut down. Brian Colvin was the ball carrier. And now the Lions. And Teed fires. And completing that pass to Shane Hall. Mike Drexler making the big hit on Hall. And Steve T goes to 4-4 for the completion here in the first half. And Harvey trying to go on the left side, and good breakup on the play by Dana Scheffelman. So the Lions are, check that, the Blue Devils are faced with a fourth down and about 6. The ball at the 33-yard line. Kenya split wide on the right side. Teed looks, Teed fires the bomb deep. And out of the end zone, so the Lions will take over at the 33-yard line. And Brian Gillette finally dives ahead for about a foot. And the long 9. McCullough fires and picked off. And Manross takes the ball 33 yards. Kevin Manross picks off Lenny McCullough and scampers 33 yards for the touchdown. And Hall kicks his 20th of the season. Shane Hall kicks his 20th point-after touchdown of the season. And the Blue Devils go up by a score of 21-6. Gets ready to kick off again from the 40-yard line. Wheeler and Drexler deep. And short kick. And Steve Hawthorne gets to handle that ball and comes up to the 41-yard line. McCullough pushes ahead to Gillette, and Gillette picks up 6 or 7 yards on the play as the forward shuffle pass to Brian Gillette. Nice pickup of 7 yards on the play to the 47-yard line. The Lions have a 2nd down and 3. And Lenny, on a keeper, picks up the 1st down as he crosses midfield to the 47. Jason Amory was in on the stop for the Blue Devils. The 4th first down for the Orange and Black.
There's railings here.
And McCullough looks and throws. Hail Mary. And tipped around and finally goes incomplete on double coverage. Dana Shuffleman was the intended receiver. Tony Fernetti. McCullough on a keeper. McCullough's got some running room. Picks up down to about the 40-yard line. Picks up about 5 or 6 yards on the play. Manross and Trippus making the stop for the Blue Devils. Gate on the left side. Shuffleman on the right. And over the middle. And in and out of the hands of Mike Drexler. Down around the 25-yard line. And Kenya providing the coverage, but right straight through. And McCullough with a shuffle pass to Gillette. And Gillette carries them forward for the 1st down. So big effort by Brian Gillette. And the Lions calling a timeout here with 1:25. And the officials indicate timeout to the Lions. So the Lions have a 1st down at the 35-yard line. And McCullough this time throws low to Drexler. Out around the line of scrimmage will stop the clock with 1:21. And Drexler looks, fires, and indicates it is a completed pass. Jason Dietz was on the reception end. And it was a pickup of 9 yards on the play, so it brings up 3rd down and a yard. throws it short to Scheffelman. One hops it at about the 10-yard line. Rodney Dyes was in there, so the line. And Gillette once more dives ahead and indicates it is a first down. So with 34 seconds remaining, Rodney Dyes makes the stop on Gillette. But the Lions have chosen to take their last timeout. The ball will be outside the 20-yard line. 2 yards for a score. And McCullough throws over the middle complete to Mike Drexler down around the 5-yard line. So they have to move the chains. The chains are all over the place here. We got to get them straightened out. So McCullough throws incomplete around the 2-yard line. Pass is intended for Kenny Wheeler, but thrown in the grass. Stops the clock with 20 seconds. First and goal. And Brian Gillette gets down to about the 2 or 3 yard line with 14 seconds. The Lions quickly line up. And the ball goes incomplete with 2 seconds remaining. So the Lions now will be faced with a 4th down, but time will run out on this play, no matter. So we'll see a 4th down and goal at the 3-yard line. And Lenny McCullough on the keeper. Jody Rockefeller makes the stop on Lenny McCullough, so the Lions end up on the 1-yard line as both teams head off to the locker room, and the Blue Devils on top by a score of 21-6. We have a small coin purse that has Stone Mountain written on it. And Scheffelman goes to Rodney Dyes, and a good tackle block by Jason Dietz nails him at the 36-yard line. So the Blue Devils go on offense here to start the 3rd quarter with, and penalty flags go flying. And that's 2 penalties charged to each ball team that's in the ball game here. 5 yards marked off against the Blue Devils. So they start with a 1st and 15. Full house backfield. And the give goes to Brian Colvin. And Colvin picks up about 7 yards on the play. Jason Westerman in on the stop. And movement once again in the backfield as and illegal procedure is going to be charged against the Blue Devils once again. So 5 yards. So we go back to 2nd down and 13. And on Harvey turning a corner. And it's a race. And Harvey's going to win the race, I'm afraid. Bob Harvey goes 65 yards for the touchdown on the end around. Bob Harvey, 65 yards, and turns on the afterburners. And not a line for number 21. And Hall gets it, and it goes over. So Shane Hall hits number 21 as he nails the upright and gets the Cambridge bounce. Be doing the kicking this time instead of Trippus. And Kenya drives the ball in the direction of Drexler. Check that, Kenny Wheeler. Kenny Wheeler tries to reverse, and penalty flags go flying, 2 of them. And a clip going to be charged against the Lions. Sam Lucas in on that tackle of Wheeler. 165-pound senior for the Blue Devils. Brian Gillette off the right tackle. Pick up 2 or 3 yards on the play. We'll call it gain of 3, brings up 2nd down and 7. Rick Trippus in on the stop. Second and 7. Brian Gillette, this time off the left side of the line. And penalty goes high as I think we'll bring an unsportsmanlike conduct. And it will be charged against the Blue Devils. So 15 yards going to be marked off against the blue and white. So 4th penalty charged against the Blue Devils. This one bringing the Lions to 1st down. 1st down number 8 for the Lions. And a fumble in the backfield. And the Blue Devils have come up with the loose football. Quick pass and then the out. And Kenya into the corner for the touchdown. So a 31-yard touchdown pass from senior quarterback Steve Teed to Darrell Kenya in the corner of the end zone. And that culmination clicks up another 6 points for the Blue Devils. Teed in with a 5-for-6 outing here tonight. And the point after has plenty to spare this time. So number 22 for Hall as he drills it through. Mike Drexler, the ball carrier. Drexler spins, tripped up. Brian Gillette off right side. Picks up About 3 yards on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 7.
No, it's still
McCullough gives the shuffle pass to Gillette. And Brian Gillette scoots ahead for about a 12 or 14-yard gain and enough for a first down. Believe it or not, people, the Lions are in with 9 first downs compared to 3, but obviously the scoreboard is significantly different, as the Blue Devils have come up with a number of big plays here tonight for the big score on the board. First down for the Lions from the 38-yard line. On a counter play, goes to Kenny Wheeler, and Wheeler stopped near the line of scrimmage. Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Dave Confer in on that stop for the Blue Devils. 2nd down and 10. And pass was intended for Jason Dietz. Fernetti in on the coverage. And the laundry comes out again. We'll have to wait and see. Illegal procedure charged against the Lions. So 5 yards. So the Lions charged with their 4th penalty here. Both teams penalized 4 times here in the McCullough drops. McCullough fires, and Dietz was open with running room across the middle at the 46-yard line. And Shovelin gets it away. And Harvey, the ball carrier. And Brian Gillette flips him upside down at the 45-yard line. So the Blue Devils will start. Full house backfield. And stuck at right at the line of scrimmage. Jason Emery gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. J.J. Potts in on that stop, along with Steve Hawthorne. Shane Hall, the ball carrier, and again, no gain on the play. Kenny Wheeler making the stop, so I'll bring up 3rd down and about 11. 3rd down and 11. Passing situation, and here goes the deep one to Kenya. A punting. And out of bounds at the 24-yard line. So the Lions, with 4 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter, will start. And the pass is complete to Mike Drexler. Pickup on the play of about 6 yards brings up 2nd down and 4.
I figure out to beat Maplewood.
Brian Gillette gets up close to the first down. Rick Trippus was in on that stop of Gillette, and it is marked as a first down. So the 10th first down for the Lions. the ball being thrown. And the ball was picked off on the play by Shane Hall, and the officials mark it at the 34-yard line. Senior Steve T doing the quarterbacking and the deep pitch to Harvey, and Harvey dives across the line of scrimmage, picks up 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9. Kenny Wheeler cut Harvey low, upended him after a pickup of 1. And T, back to pass. T fires. Tipped and picked off. So Jason Beats finally brought down on the play by Kenya. So the first turnover for the Blue Devils as a tip ball and then picked off by Jason Dietz and returned to the 41-yard line. Fumble again, and everybody dives. And I believe McCullough got it back. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. And a great catch by Mike Drexler up at the, appears to be just short of the first down. And Gillette off the right side comes up with the needed yardage, and the Lions pick up first down, number 11. And that ends the third quarter, so they'll move the ball on the other side of the 50-yard line. Take a timeout. We'll be ready to start quarter number 4. The Blue Devils in and on the board with 35 points and the Lions 6. And a give goes to Gillette, who crosses the 45 down to about the 44-yard line. Rick Trippes in there on the stop for the Blue Devils. McCullough set, throws to the outside, and complete to Drexler for a pickup of 10 yards and a first down. Tony Frenetta in on that stop of the sophomore speedster, Mike Drexler. McCullough pitches to Drexler. And Trippes, the senior linebacker, drives the young sophomore to the turf after a pickup of 2 on the play. Gillette off the left side, rambles close to another first down. But Kenya. And we had equipment repair. Lions have a first down at the 23-yard line. McCullough throws the out pattern and off the fingertips of Mike Drexler over there around the 12 or 14-yard line, goes incomplete Brings up second down. The Lion ball carrier off the left side. And it was Brian Gillette. Pickup of about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Calls third down and 7. And Mike Drexler in the end zone. And good coverage provided by the Blue Devil. Daryl Kenya over there in the corner as both players tried to juggle it, but goes incomplete. Brings up fourth down. McCullough looks, fires, and Mike Drexler. And Drexler into the end zone. So 24-yard pass play from sophomore Lenny McCullough to sophomore Mike Drexler for the TD. Mike Drexler and Potts, and it goes for to Kenny Wheeler, who does not make it in for the touchdown. So with 8:37 remaining here in the fourth quarter, the Lions pick up 6 to make it the Blue Devils 35 and the Lions 12. Harvey is deep for the Blue Devils, and an onside kick, and touched and down at the 51-yard line, or at the 49-yard line. Chad Gardner dove on that ball, and so the Blue Devils start in Lions territory at the 49. The line, and gives to Harvey. And Harvey gets back to the line of scrimmage. J.J. Potts on the bottom along with Steve Hawthorne. No gain, brings up second down and 10. And on a counter play, Jason Amory tries to reverse the ball, picks up 1 on the play. So brings up third down and 9. And Tees looks and now going to run the ball. And Tees breaks the tackle. And finally at the 30-yard line, they bring down the Cambridge quarterback, Steve Tees, after a big first down number 4 for the Blue Devils. And good play on Don Whiteman. Brings down Amory from behind, a loss of 2 or 3 yards on the play. We'll call it 2. Brings up second down and 12. And T looks, and T fakes, then throws. And Trippus drives ahead all the way down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. And the give goes to Amory. Amory across the 3 to about the 2-yard line. Second down and goal. And Trippus for the touchdown. So Rick Trippus in from the 2-yard line. And Hall tries to hit number 23. And he kicks it through for number 23. For the Blue Devils. And Trippus's kick comes to Drexler at the 11-yard line. Drexler reverses, comes back and driven out of bounds. So the delay hit will cost the Blue Devils 15 yards, personal foul, and move the ball from the 24-yard line up to the 39-yard line. Third personal foul tonight charged against the Blue Devils. And timeout on the field, charge to Cambridge Springs. 5.
Get out of here for a track.
Tom Gage, the sophomore quarterback, in for the Blue Devils, and goes straight up the middle. Jeremy Kinyer was the... And there's a fumble on the play, and the Lions indicate they have the football, and in fact they do. So turnover number 2 as Steve Hawthorne comes up with the loose football. As we like to mention that our chain crew throughout the entire season, Jack Simlinger, along with Chuck Bicko and Gary Thayer, we'd like to appreciate their help on the chains for another season, as they have quite a few years in helping out the Lion football team. We appreciate it. Pass! Slightly behind Drexler. Down around the 20-yard line. So if you can give 5 or 10 minutes of your time, the Bushes would appreciate it. McCullough gives off to Gillette. And Gillette goes down the right side. And I believe enough for a first down. We'll wait for the call, and it is. First down, number 14 for the Lions. Ball action. I believe the announcement will come out this Sunday. So Gillette tries to turn the corner, and Brian Gillette heads for the end zone, dives, and I believe is out of bounds on around the 1-yard line. Jeff Massing finally drove Gillette out of bounds. They're going to set it down on the 1-yard line. As I was indicating earlier, I believe Sunday they will make the announcements of the game sites as well as the team lineups for the football District 10 playoffs in all divisions this coming Sunday. And Brian Gillette goes in the 1 yard for the touchdown. So the junior fullback for the Lion, Brian Gillette. So Mike Drexler is in kicking position. J.J. Potts is the holder. And Drexler kicks it through the middle. So with 2:20 remaining, the Blue Devils 43 and the Lions 19. Game on the pickup crew would certainly be appreciated. So Dana Shuffleman tees up the football, and Shuffleman's onside kick is touched and gonna go for a touchdown. Sean Harney, one hop at the 50-yard line and goes 50 yards for the touchdown. Travis McClellan, no, check that, it was Sam Lucas was attempting the point after touchdown. Kenny Wheeler fields the ball on the 25, races forward to the 30. Jeremy Gear was the ball carrier, picks up a couple yards up to about the 33-yard line as JVs on both teams, and of course the JVs will close out their season at Cambridge Springs on Monday night. Potts, of course, is the quarterback, and Trevor Oates, the ball carrier, gets the first down as he dives across the 40-yard line. Harry Dutton makes that stop for the Blue Devils. And Potts gives off to Gear, and Gear snuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Sam Lucas in there for the Blue Devils. Down to perhaps the final play here in the ball game. And J.J. Potts throws through the arms. Third down with 26 seconds remaining. Potts, back to pass. Potts throws and incomplete. Pass was intended for number 81, which on a And the game Sam Lucas makes this stop for the Blue Devils. So we'll start cranking it down for 14 seconds. Our best wishes go out to both of these ball clubs as they head for the playoffs. Of course, congratulations goes to the Blue Devils on winning their 4th consecutive FCVC championship. And best wishes to our Lions as they head off for the playoffs in 2 weeks. And that's the end of the ball game. Again, don't forget, we have cake and Coke for the team members and their families, as well as the band, cross-country, and cheerleaders. And if you can stick around for 5 or 10 minutes and help the boosters clean up, we certainly would appreciate it. Thank you for following the Lions throughout this year, and of course, we're looking forward down the playoff road to seeing you there. Good luck to both teams.